Hey everybody, Justin Senior here, and welcome to today's Your Own Automated Shopify Store in 60 Minutes webinar. And I'm super excited about this webinar because you're really going to learn everything about the Shopify dropshipping and automation business model, which I believe is by far the best business opportunity of the year. And really, it's without a doubt in my mind. I mean, being able to go and get your store started on Shopify, integrating the automation, and then being able to work in the drop shipping model. I mean, there's really no better business opportunity out there. And I'm going to show you every single step that you need to get started in this great business that is Shopify drop shipping during this webinar, totally free. And literally at the end of this webinar, you're going to be able to get your own store started and automated. And you could probably even do it tonight or over the upcoming weekend. But you're going to really learn a lot during this webinar, and it's all about Shopify, dropshipping, and automation. So first of all, what exactly is that? Shopify is an e-commerce platform. It's basically where your store is going to live. And the really awesome part about Shopify, and this is the part that you should be really excited about, is that you never need to have any technical experience or prior experience to be able to use Shopify. And really, Shopify is all about making things super easy for you, just focusing on you being a marketer selling your product, right? You don't need to be a coder. You don't need to know HTML or CSS. You don't need to hire someone to go and set up your site. I'm going to show you just how easy it is. We're going to build a really nice site in less than 30 minutes once we get started. So anyone can do it, nothing to be overwhelmed by technologically, and that's why Shopify is such a great option. Dropshipping, what exactly is dropshipping? It's basically the idea of you selling someone else's product, and this is one of the reasons why this is such a great business model. You're going to be able to get started. We're going to build a store today. We're going to actually add a product today that's going to be fully ready to be purchased. We're never going to ever touch that product. We're never going to buy that product up front. We're never going to have that product in a warehouse or at a fulfillment center or anything like that. The whole idea about dropshipping is we're simply selling someone else's product on our own website. Okay, so that's incredibly powerful there, because we're going to be able to basically eliminate the inventory risk that we would typically have by having product that you would buy up front, right? You're just going to be selling someone else's product. I'm going to show you different ways to integrate that and automate that today as well. And literally, like I said, we're going to build a store that does not exist at all right now. We're going to build a store and add a product, have it all fully customized and set up. And this is going to be under an hour's worth of work. So that's just one of the reasons why it's so amazing. And then adding the automation on, I'm going to show you how to add hundreds of products. You'll have access to over 10 million products, in fact. You could add hundreds of products in just a few clicks, and that's just for adding products. When you need to go ahead and fulfill the product, right? The other part of dropshipping is where you actually have to go ahead and tell your supplier to send the products out to your customers. You're also going to be able to do that in literally just one click using the automation tools that I show you. And in fact, you're going to actually be able to get those tools 100% for free just for using a little special link that I'll share with you in a little bit. So you're literally going to learn every step needed to get started during this free training. Literally, at the end of this, I'll challenge you to get your store started, because you'll see me walk through every single step. You'll see that each and every step, there's nothing to be overwhelmed by. Even if you have zero technological expertise, if you have zero expertise selling things online, Shopify is still the perfect platform for you, and I'm going to show you that over the shoulder once we get started. But really, why is it so great? Why are there just so many reasons that that Shopify is so great, or this Shopify dropshipping business with automation is so great? And first of all, it's incredibly easy to get started. You're going to see this today. I mean, 25 minutes. Once we sign up from a Shopify site, we'll have our site customized. And then another 10 minutes, we'll have the settings. And then another 15 minutes, we'll have an automation set up and products in the store. I mean, it's that easy. And there's really no technological hoops to jump through. You'll never need to hire a developer. You're going to see it's really straightforward. And you need zero experience to get started. You don't need to have any technical experience. You don't need to have any e-commerce experience. I don't care if you've sold a grand total of $0 of product over your life online. You could still get in and start your own e-commerce store in as little as 1 hour, right? No experience necessary, and that's a huge thing, right? This is a great starting business as well. If you've never made your first dollar online, this is a great first online business, because we could all understand e-commerce. It makes sense, right? I mean, you've gone on Amazon, probably purchased multiple products just this month already. So you understand the e-commerce business. Everyone understands the e-commerce model. This is a cool application of it using some automation solutions with Shopify to really make this a turnkey business. And there's absolutely zero technical skill required. And more than that, you'll never need to rely on any technical skills, nor would you ever need to hire any outside help for development or programming or coding or tweaking or doing anything. Like I'm going to walk you through today, customizing the entire site, and we're never once going to look at code. So no technical skill required at all. Probably the biggest thing here, right? And this is the drop shipping aspect. You're never ever going to spend $1 on inventory, right? You're going to be able to sell tens of millions of different types of products on your store. You'll be able to integrate them through automation. You'll never spend $1 on inventory up front. Okay, this is a fully cash flow positive business, and that's huge, right? There's all these benefits, and this list of why it's so great. It's getting longer as we go on, and I'm also going to throw on top of this the idea that it's a fully cash flow positive business, right? And here's why. With dropshipping, you're selling someone else's product. So I'm going to show you how to add those products in just a couple of clicks to your store through the automation solution, right? Once they're on your store and someone orders them, well, what happens when someone orders a product? They pay for it, right? They pay for the product. Therefore, you receive whatever amount you charge, right? You're going to receive that into your bank account. And then after the fact, you would go through the automation step to go ahead and fulfill that product, which therefore pays the supplier and gets the item sent out to your customer automatically. But take a look at the order, right? You've already received the money, and obviously you're going to be charging more for the product than it costs you to get from your drop ship supplier. So basically what you're doing is being the middleman, and you're not even needing to do anything because the automation takes care of all the work. So again, just like with Shopify, the only thing you'll need to focus on when you're drop shipping is just marketing the product. Okay? Never spending $1 on inventory, cash flow positive from day one. Okay? And low startup costs. Not only is it cash flow positive, you don't really need to invest much at all in terms of getting started. And I'm going to share some really smart free trial links with you later on. You're going to get a 21-day free trial with Shopify and 10% off every single month on your bill. And you're going to get a 30-day free trial of Oberlo, the automation tool, just by using my link. So super low startup cost. Basically, again, it's going to come down to just marketing, right? Because you're not going to have to spend any money on the product because you're drop shipping it, right? You're never going to spend $1 on inventory. So you're just going to be doing marketing, right? And this is great. A great way to get into the e-commerce business without having to have so many different responsibilities, right? You don't need to worry about inventory. You don't need to worry about the platform, right? Shopify is going to handle that. Your drop shipping suppliers are going to handle that side of it, okay? And turnkey automation, right? Again, we have all these great benefits of a great business model, not to mention right off the bat, we can automate the entire store. Okay, I mean, the list is getting longer and all these benefits are stacking up. I mean, literally, that's why I said earlier on, by far the best business opportunity of 2017. Nothing even comes close, right? Nothing even comes close to this, and you're starting to see all the reasons here, right? Turnkey automation from day one. Not only automating adding products to your store, but also the fulfillment process of getting them to your customer. And I'm going to walk you through that in this free training. And last but certainly not least, great support. Okay, with Shopify, you get free live 24/7 chat support. Everyone, they're called Shopify gurus, right? They're actually really good. They know what they're talking about. Really great support. And again, where are you going to find this combination of advantages and benefits in terms of starting a business model? There's nothing that could even come close. You're going to get automation. You're going to get live support. It's going to be super cheap in terms of getting started. You're never going to need to spend $1 on inventory, and you need no technical experience or skill to get in there. Right? And this is why, again, I'm saying that it's by far the best business opportunity of the year. And we're going to jump right into it right now. So we're going to head on over to the agenda, and we're going to start this training right now. So first up on the agenda is niche selection. Okay, and niche selection is super important, and it's the first thing on the list for a pretty good reason. And that reason is you need to have a passionate niche for your store. Okay, niche is basically the subject of your store. Okay, what is going to be the subject of your store? Like, for example, it could be about hockey, or it could be about weightlifting, or it could be about scrapbooking, or it could be about cats, right? That's a subject, right? And I think a big distinction here is you want to pick a niche rather than a product, right? Phone cases are products. Canvas prints are products, right? Shoes are products. Now, you could definitely have canvas prints about cats and shoes about cats and T-shirts with cats on them and jewelry about cats, right? You could have those types of products in a niche store, but people don't get excited about, multiple products in a product store, right? But people will definitely get excited, right, if you use Facebook ads correctly and you drive people that really love cats to your store and you have a store full of cat items, Well, that's a great buying environment. Or that's an environment where the customer will take their credit card out. And of course, that's the name of the game. So picking a passionate niche, incredibly important, right? I can't say that enough. Picking a passionate niche, incredibly important. And what's really kind of a bigger deal is that you pick a passionate niche where there are a lot of people in the niche. And those are really the only two requirements, okay? You want to pick a niche where people are super passionate about. And two, you want to pick a niche where there are at least 500,000 people in the niche. Okay, and how are you going to find out how many people are in the niche? Well, we're going to use a free tool from Facebook called Audience Insights. Okay, and Audience Insights you can get to it by going to your Facebook ads account, facebook.com/ads, and all you need to do is once you're there, there's going to be a big menu. I'm going to bring it over on the screen right now. Okay, so this is the Audience Insights page. Okay, and the way you get to it, let's close out of this. Up here you have a menu, right? You're probably going to land on Ads Manager when you get there. Just come over to All Tools, Audience Insights, and this is this page right here. Basically, this is just a demographic look at who is using Facebook in the United States. And you can change the country if you want. But basically, all you need to do is come over here and put in your niche. So, for example, cats, there's 30 million people every single month that talk about cats, right, or like cats. Right, so you want to have a niche that has at least 500,000 people in it. The big, real healthy niches have way more than that. Right, they have like, 1 million, 2 million, 10 million, 20 million. Dog niche, for example, is 75 million. Right, so it's as simple as putting in your niche, and I'll show you some of the the popular ones. All right, there's 2 million registered nurses on Facebook. Right, how about people that like tennis? Right, 15 million people like tennis on Facebook. How about Pitbull? 9 million people like pit bulls on Facebook, right? So all you need to do is you put your niche in here, and you want to find passionate niches, and obviously all the ones that I just showed you, people are clearly passionate about. And then you want to make sure that there are at least 500,000 people or more in your niche, and it's really that simple, right? Now here's a good trick in terms of being able to pick a niche or have a better time at picking a niche, and that's pick something that you're passionate about. Right? If you really like dogs, then make a dog store. If you really like golf, then make a golf store. If you really like running, then make a running store. Like, this is a great opportunity because it's a great business model, and you get the added kind of positive of being able to work in some subject that you really like. So pick a niche. Like, if you're passionate about it, there's a good chance other people are as well. Right? There's an even better chance that if you're passionate about it, that you know the kind of inside language that is so kind of necessary to being a good marketer. Right? You know that you could talk the talk, walk the walk inside of a niche that you truly love yourself. So that's a big advantage. But really, the two big requirements are passion and big enough size. And the reason why we want a big enough size is we want to be able to capture the upside on a niche. We want to be able to make a lot of money on a niche. Right? With 35 million people in the cat niche, that's a lot of people. Right? And this goes to the idea of scaling. And scaling is probably the thing that I'm best at with Facebook ads, and I teach you all that inside my Dropship Bootcamp. When you have more people, or when you have a product that works, you want to show it to more similar people. And in the cat niche, again, I'll show you right here, there's 30 to 35 million people. So if I'm showing it to a selection of 100,000 people, well, I have 34,900,000 more people to show it to. And if it works, and again, you're only going to scale when something works, then you have huge upside, right? And this is where you could see those 5, 6, 7-figure months in e-commerce, because there are that many people that are targetable on Facebook around specific types of passion. Okay, all about passion, all about being able to scale correctly and having enough room to scale. Okay, so going back to the agenda here, we kind of talked about it pretty easily, right? Niche selection, it's not rocket science. And actually, I have a little link that I can share for you guys. This will be helpful for some of you guys. 40, number 40.justinscener.com. You go to 40.justinscener.com. This is my little free gift. It's a little PDF with just different hot niches that you can consider, or find niches that are similar to this that you could use for your Shopify dropshipping store. So again, that's 40.justinscener.com. Free PDF. Go ahead and grab this. So now we're going back to the agenda. We talked about niche selection, and next up on the list, we are going to talk about setting up and customizing Shopify. But before we do that, I want to mention real quickly about the Dropship Bootcamp. I only open up spots during these webinars. So if you're watching right now, drop.justinscener.com. Go ahead and join if you're or if you've been waiting to get in. I'm going to tell you way more about this program later on. But if you haven't waited to get in, or if you just want to jump right into these kind of advanced teachings, really it's going to include everything that you need to master that dropshipping business. Check it out, drop.justinscener.com. So back to the important stuff here. We're going to go back to our agenda, and we're looking at setting up and customizing Shopify. And this is the part where you should get really excited, right? I'm literally going to show you over the shoulder how to get your store fully set up. And I don't care if you have zero experience, if you've never even heard of Shopify before, if you've never seen any type of back-end system or admin, doesn't matter. There's not going to be one thing over here that's going to be technologically overwhelming. It doesn't matter if you're a computer coder or just a computer newbie. You're going to be able to use Shopify. I mean, it's some of the things are as easy as like Microsoft Word or email or something like, it's just basic, and I'm going to show you right now. But another little free gift I have for you guys, and I'm going to use this link myself, is shopify.justinscener.com. Okay, shopify.justinscener.com is going to be a pretty nice resource for you, and you could use this over and over. It's going to give you 10% off of your Shopify store for life. Okay, so not just for the first couple months like some of the other links out there. This is going to be 10% off your store for life, and giving you also an extended 21-day free trial on Shopify. So again, using these smart links to get your extended free trials, you're going to be really having your site up and running and knowing if it works well before the free trial ends. That's something I'm really kind of proud about in the Dropship Bootcamp. I really teach you how to get in and out of a store before you have to even pay, because I teach you how to prove your niche in about 10 days. So even if it takes you, let's say, 14 days to set up your store, you'd still have another week to go ahead and prove that niche. And I think 14 days you're going to see in a couple of minutes right now. You're not going to need more than a couple days to get your store set up, even if it's the first time you've ever done it. Okay? So grab that link, 10% off your Shopify stores, and also that 21-day extended free trial. And I'm going to go ahead and load this up right here. And we'll go to shopify.justinscener.com. You're not going to see anything about my name. In fact, you're not going to see anything about 10%. You're not even going to see anything about the extended free trial, but I promise you it works. We have thousands of people kind of doing this right now. So the only thing I didn't create today, actually, I need to create an email address. So I'm going to create an email address right now. And so all you need to do is you can take your email address and you come right here, click Get Started, and type in the email address. And just for note, it's 2:18 Pacific time. We're going to go ahead and see how long this is going to take for us to set up. And we're going to go in here, enter a password. And let's see, today, what niche should we pick? Let's do something pretty straightforward, and let's do dogs. Okay, so I'm going to do dog automation store. And don't worry about this name. We're going to be able to change it later on. We're going to get a logo to replace that name, but we just need to give Shopify something right now. And Shopify is now going to ask us for some information. We're just going to go ahead and give them our info. Make sure that you're actually putting in real, legitimate info. They will verify this stuff, especially once you, especially once you start selling. Right? They're going to ask for your info here. Go ahead and enter it. Okay, and now enter my store. And the real cool part about what just happened here is a couple of years ago, this would have taken tens of thousands of dollars and months of a developer's time to go ahead and build you a custom e-commerce platform. But in just about 30 seconds, we already have that right now. Okay, and in fact, we already have an e-commerce store. Yes, it's going to look ugly, right? This looks terrible. It's just basic. There's nothing in it. But very importantly, we have a section for all this content, products, collections, big text, images, footers, search function, and most importantly, a shopping cart. Right, a shopping cart where we could already accept Visa, MasterCard, American Express, Discover, Apple Pay, and PayPal. Right out of the box. And obviously, we haven't taken our credit card out of our wallets yet. We haven't spent a dime on anything yet. And we have a fully functional e-commerce site. Next, I'm going to show you how to customize it, again, for free. Okay? So this is our dashboard. This is our home base. Okay, and you're going to love being here some days. You're going to jam on this refresh button because right in this section over here, obviously it doesn't show up right now, but it will show your sales results. It's going to say today's revenue, today's sales, and on the great days, you're going to be just refreshing nonstop, and you're going to be loving what you see. And then the funny thing is, on the flip side, on the bad days, you're going to hate to be on this page because you're going to be reminded of your poor sales days. And by the way, that's just part of any entrepreneurial venture. There's going to be ups and downs, so make sure that you are ready to ride that roller coaster, okay? But with that being said, this is the dashboard. This is your home base. And the first thing that we want to do is customize our theme, right? We want to customize our site because this is just a default kind of site. This does not look trustworthy or good or anything. So we're going to go and customize that. Click Customize Theme over here, and it's going to bring us to the Online Themes section, okay? And the first thing we need to do is click Visit Theme Store, okay? Again, I'm going to recommend you 2 different free themes, okay? And I'm actually not recommending them because they're free. Sure, it's great that you're not going to have to pay for them at all, but 2 reasons why free themes are great. First,
you get free live chat support over here in the Shopify Help Center. Okay, totally free, just for using a Shopify theme. You get free live chat support 24/7, and these Shopify gurus are what they're called. They're actually very helpful. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, all of these themes are built for mobile first. Okay, and this is one of the themes I recommend, Brooklyn, but the real one that I'm going to build today is right here, Minimal. Okay, both of these themes built for mobile first, and with Facebook, you're going to get about 85% of your traffic coming from mobile. Okay, 85%. I mean, that's a huge number. So we need to make sure that our site is mobile optimized. So we're going to come over here. I like using the fashion style, and we're going to come over and click Install Theme. And what it's going to do, it's going to bring us back to our dog automation store. We're going to say Publish as my store's theme, and this is going to replace that really ugly theme that we saw over here with the new theme. And you see it's downloading and installing. And again, we haven't taken our credit card out yet, right? We haven't spent a single dollar. We haven't looked at any code. We haven't needed to do anything at all challenging. And now it says your theme has been installed. So we're going to go to your theme manager. It says Minimal Published. Okay, now we have the Minimal theme. And now what we want to do here is go to Customize Theme. Okay, and this is the real power of Shopify. This Customize Theme section is where we're going to be able to customize the entire site. Colors, typography, sections, layout, everything, without ever looking at code. Okay, and that's the real amazing part of this business, that we're going to be able to get started and do all these advanced customizations, but we're never going to once do anything technologically challenging. Okay, and I'm going to reload this. Remember, this is what the site used to look like. Okay, now I'm going to reload it, and this is what it looks like now. Right, already a better layout, much cleaner, and now we're going to start adding some branding, colors, typography, stuff that we want to represent our branding in our store. Okay, so we're over here. We're going to start on general settings. Okay, and you could skip layout. We're going to go right to colors. Okay, and this is where we're going to go and use these sections to define the colors of our site. And it's literally just as simple as looking at the different sections. For example, top bar background. You see it's black up here. So we'll click into this box, and literally you see in real time I could change the color. Okay, change the color to anything I want. Now, before we do that, we need to pick a color scheme, right? We're not just going to pick something random. But I think this is really easy. All this is what I do. I'd go into Google. I'd type in dogs. I'd go to Google Images. And I'd want to see, are there any colors that kind of are represented over and over and over, right? And I think you could argue that green is, this kind of beige, a lot of brown, right? A lot of this beige and brown, right? And I think really, in fact, in the dog niche, you could probably get away with almost any color. But in some niches, there's definitely right and wrong answers. So make sure that you kind of understand the colors that people in your niche are used to seeing, because you don't need to reinvent the wheel. You just need to make a site that when you send the correct Facebook traffic, right, when you go on Facebook and you do the ads, like I teach you in the Dropship Bootcamp, and you go and send people that love dogs to your website, you want them to immediately get there and start nodding their head yes, right? You want them to be like, yep, I'm in the right place. This is exactly the type of store for me because I'm a dog lover, right? So we're going to try to pick a little kind of beige color that we kind of saw in there. Right, we're just going to try to match these colors. And, I actually like that. It looks pretty good. So what I'm going to do here is double-click on this number and copy it. Okay, this is called a hex code, or an HTML representation of this shade of brown or tan, whatever we're going to call it. And, this is just design 101. Anytime you use one shade of that color, you want to make sure you're using the exact same shade. So for the footer down here, we're going to change it as well. And we're going to do the same thing for the lines, right? You see a lot of lines in this theme, like right here. Okay. Come down here, save it. You see this line will update as well. So we're getting a little bit of a color scheme in here, and we have some more opportunity to do some colors. Right? For example, this color right here, and that looks a little bit hard to read. So we have our primary buttons and links. So maybe we could integrate like a green like we saw, because we saw a lot of green as we were looking at dog colors. Right? And I think that's pretty cool. Okay, same thing here, double-clicking this and copying this. If we're going to use this here, we'll likely use it in other areas as well, secondary buttons. Okay. Okay, and now you see over here, the text is a little bit hard to read, right? All we're doing is just looking at our site, right? We're saying, okay, the color is looking good. We're seeing this kind of tan that we want. But what about, this cart button? It's a little bit hard to read. Well, you see text, top bar, gray, but just turn it to white, right? Or maybe you want to turn it to black, right? Either one. They look like they both be pretty readable. So, you don't need to make a masterpiece here. You want to make a nice, trustworthy site that is going to resonate with the people in your niche. Okay, and how are you going to do that? Well, you're going to make it so obviously people can read the text, right? So we're looking over here, right? It's a little bit hard to read. So, okay, again, not rocket science. We're going to change the font color to white. We're going to change the icons down here, these social media and payment icons. We can change them to any color we want, right? We could do blue if we want. Basically, we're going to go with white, right? We want to just look nice. Okay, and you could, of course, experiment with your color scheme, but we have a little bit of a color scheme right now. We have this tan color, we have our secondary green, and we have a lot of white space, which is very typical of an e-commerce store, right? So we're going to continue customizing here, but I just want to reload this store because this store only has been existing for 8 minutes. 9 minutes ago, this store did not exist, right? And we obviously have a layout, we have a store, we have a little bit of customization in terms of the colors, and again, we have that shopping cart with full payment integration. Right, there you go. American Express, Apple Pay, I think this is, I don't even know what this is, Discover, JCB, MasterCard, PayPal, Visa, all the big ones. Right, I think this is like Diners Club or something. Basically accepts all the possible credit cards, so you're pretty much set up here right out of the box. Okay, so let's continue customizing here. And we'll go to the next section, which is typography. These are basically all the fonts that are on your website. And you can literally change the fonts all at once. Right up here, I just like the Avant-Garde. It's one of my favorite fonts. You're going to see all the fonts update to the different font, and I set it to Avant-Garde. And typically what you want to do is set these fonts to be pretty much uniform from top to bottom. Maybe you don't like Avant-Garde. You can take a look at over here on the under headings. We're going to come over here. Let's change it maybe to ASAP, and we'll see it will be a different font. You can experiment, right? Try to find one that you think might work best for your niche. This is just one that I happen to like a lot. So I'm going to save this out, and we're going to reload this over here. Okay, and you see that all the fonts are now changed. So we changed all the colors and all the fonts on our website. It took us about 2 minutes. If you thought that you would have needed to hire a developer or a programmer to edit those things on your site, well, get that out of your head right now. That's not what Shopify is about. Shopify is about allowing you to do all of this yourself. Right, and as you're saying, we're just going to keep going on and continuing the customization here. Fave icon over here, we'll come back to that once we have a logo. Social media, okay, this is going to be the section down here. Now, let's say you have a Facebook page. All you need to do is just copy it in. If you have an Instagram, go ahead and paste in your links, and you're going to see automatically down here those social media icons will appear. They'll be linked to your pages, and maybe no one wants to follow you or like you, but I promise they want to know that you exist on those social media channels, right? There's no trustworthy businesses that are out there that do not exist on social media. So make sure you enter in your social media accounts. Make sure you grab your accounts for your names, especially on Facebook and Instagram, because you're going to be using Facebook ads to advertise there. Okay, checkout we'll come back to as well. And next we're going to come up here into header. Okay, and this is where we're actually going to go ahead and get a logo produced to fill this logo spot. Now, you could definitely go with a text logo, but I think, and I'm going to build a really basic logo in the background right now. But even, you definitely do not need to spend hundreds or thousands of dollars for a logo. We're talking about, $25, $40, $50, $60 for a basic logo to get started on your store. And you can always upgrade your logo later, but the thing is you just want to have a nice logo, something clean, something professional, where people are not going to feel at all hesitant to buy from you. This is all about evoking trust, right? We need to evoke trust in any way that we can, okay? Any way that we can. So by doing that, we're going to have a nice logo. And let me tell you, I'm going to build the logo right now. I'm doing it in Photoshop on the other screen. Truthfully, I'm not a great designer. Any of my stores, I'm getting a real logo designer to build my my logo because, again, you only have one first impression. You need to make sure that you are getting the right logo and the right look and feel to ensure that your kind of brand will resonate with your customers. Okay, so I'm almost done with this logo. And where are you going to get a logo? Well, it's going to be somewhere like, first of all, do not get it on Fiverr. Okay, you don't want to get your logo on Fiverr, but something like Upwork, 99 Designs is a little bit more expensive. Any of the freelance sites. If you Google graphic design forums, there's a lot of graphic design forums that are out there that you'd be able to find really pretty nice logo designers for cheap too. A lot of overseas people can give you some better deals. So not so hard to find a graphic designer. Again, you don't need to be spending thousands of dollars on your design. You just simply don't. So let's get this logo finished here. So what's going to happen is your logo designer is going to send you a file, right? Typically it's going to be like a JPEG or a PNG file, and what you're going to do with that is take that and move it into this section right here. Typically, let's see, I'm going to save mine as a JPEG file. Okay. And you're going to get that logo file, come to upload image. You're going to find that file that you received from your designer. And you're simply going to, upload that in. Little logo here. You can even change the width right over here, make it a little bit smaller. Again, you find something like this at Upwork.com, 99 Designs, any of the graphic design forums that are out there. You could even find local graphic designers on Craigslist that can make you a relatively fairly priced logo. And again, under $100 is definitely something that you could easily find. Another place I like to use is LogoNerds.com. It's $39 for logos there. So very easy to find a logo. You can probably make even a better one than I made in the just a couple minutes that I used in Photoshop. But you get the point, right? Adding your branding in the logo, that's a no-brainer, right? That's a no-brainer. We need to do that. Get that custom logo, and don't build it yourself. It's very important to actually have something that looks good. Okay, so that's the header over here, and we're going to move on to the next section, and this is the slideshow section. You might not even notice that these were sliding over here. We're going to go to the slideshow, and I actually like to turn off the slide. So I'll uncheck auto-rotate slides. I'll go to slide over here. I'll delete this slide. I'll go to slide down here. I'll delete that slide. Okay, just have one important slide, just one main slide here, which is going to replace this big gray image. So what are we going to do? How are we going to get an image here? Well, what we cannot do, okay, this is what we are not allowed to do. We can't just go to google.com and take any of those images there. Okay, but what we can definitely do is go to a place like unsplash.com. Okay, unsplash.com, basically just a huge place where it says free, do whatever you want with these high-resolution photos. So you could use these on your store. You don't need to do any type of attribution or anything. They're just great to use. Type in your keyword up here for whatever your niche is, and go ahead and find a great picture. Okay. Now, if you have a lot to choose from, like we do here, a nice little trick that I've always used, and I learned this a while ago, it'd be great to pick a picture where the dog is actually looking, or the subject is actually looking at the customer. Right. I think this is a great one because it looks like all these guys are actually looking at the customer. So when they get to the site, right, they're going to see a color scheme and a logo and topography and products and a huge banner image of dogs literally looking at them, right? And that's, again, we're just trying to create a buying environment, right? We're just trying to create a buying environment, and by doing it this way, we're really going to kind of pull at the heartstrings of our customers and really get them to say, hey, I'm in the right place here. These guys are clearly speaking my language, and that's pretty important, right? So you downloaded this file right over here. And I'll close out of this. We're going to come back to our store, into our theme panel over here for the slideshow, and we're simply going to click Upload Image. Okay, and I'm going to upload this image over here, and you're going to see it replaces this gray box. Okay, there you go. Okay, a little dog image. We'll save that out here, and we'll come over here and we'll reload our site and take a look at what we have. Okay, right off the bat, right, what do you see? And actually, this was a great match for our color scheme as well. But you see a color scheme that resonates for people in the dog niche. You see a custom topography that we picked ourselves, right? You see a logo that resonates with our niche, right? A logo icon that resonates with our customers, a logo name that resonates with our customers, and then if that wasn't enough, we have a huge banner image, literally just staring them in the face, saying, hey, if you love dogs, you're going to love this store, right? And these customers are going to be subconsciously nodding their head, yep, I'm in the right place. This is a great store. I'm excited to be here. I want to check out the products, blah, blah, blah. Shortest route to their credit card, name of the game, right? That's what we need to do. And you saw how easy it is to start to do this customization, right? You saw just how easy it is to do this type of thing. There's nothing, there hasn't been one technologically challenging aspect of this setup, okay? So if you're feeling overwhelmed, if you think that e-commerce is going to be such a huge challenge, well, at least you have already this set of skills to get this far, and I'm going to show you even further that you're going to be able to get your store up and running in a handful of days, right? Nothing to be overwhelmed by. If you haven't jumped into the Shopify platform, especially if you could use this link over here, you get your 10% off and your extended free trial, shopify.justinsenior.com. It's a very, very, very great asset once you get into, because it's just a great e-commerce platform, right? A great e-commerce platform that you could set up in a matter of hours. Okay, so a little bit more on here. Featured collection. What is this? Basically, it's going to pull products automatically from the collection. Collections are just categories on Shopify called the homepage collection. Every store has the homepage collection because basically, if you want to show a product on the homepage, you just categorize it into the homepage collection. Okay, over here you can control how many products you want. If you want 5 products per row, 3 rows, 15 products. Here you go. I think that's typically overkill. You can go somewhere like 4, 8, 12. That looks pretty nice. And then we'd save that. Going back over here, now here's something interesting. Okay, talk about your brand, and you're going to say, oh, I could tell a great story, and or I could say, hey, I'm an entrepreneur, and almost 99 times out of 100, I'm going to tell you to delete this section. Okay, and why is that? Unless you have something that's really great to say, and I don't mean something that's like emotional or whatever, but something really great, then go ahead and put that story in. But there's really no advantage, in my opinion, of having people know that you're a entrepreneur that's just getting started. That doesn't exactly evoke trust for your store. Okay. Last but not least, we have the footer section down here. You can do some customization, but in fact, I like how it's set up here with the links to follow us and the newsletter. Okay, newsletter, you could set this up in the back end once you sign up for MailChimp or any other mailing list that you like, but I highly recommend MailChimp. It's free for the first 2,000 emails. You'd be able to then integrate this box once you sign up. Okay, one last thing, we want to go to checkout down here. We skipped this before, and the checkout page is something that you actually don't control much on Shopify, and that's a good thing, because the checkout page is where you need to make sure you have security set up, SSL certificates, PCIe compliance. All of that probably sounds like gibberish to you, and for good reason. You don't need to be concerned with that. Remember, Shopify wants you to do one thing, and that is focus on selling your product, right? You don't need to worry about site security and all this other stuff. But you do get to customize the logo on the checkout page. So come over here, upload logo, and put that same logo file that you had uploaded earlier as your product image, save it, okay, and that's now saved. And in fact, that's the entire setup, okay? In terms of all the customization, right, we went through every single customization here. We have our entire site set up, okay? Entire site set up here. Custom color scheme, custom topography, custom logo icon, custom name, custom banner. Everything's set up and configured, and this site is now, 20 minutes old. This site is 20 minutes old. Right, I don't care if it takes you 3, 4, or 5 times longer than I do. Sure, I've done this a few million times. Who cares, right? Even if it takes you a whole day, great. You have a potential $1 million asset built here, right? So there's a couple more things I want to show you. Under online store, I want to go to domains. If you notice right now, our domain is really ugly, dog-automation-store.myshopify.com. That evokes zero trust. We need to get a .com domain, okay? And you could do that right in here under domains. This is online store, then domains, and you could either connect an existing domain, let's say you've already bought one from GoDaddy, or you could buy a new domain. You come right over here, and you could buy one, say dogparadise.com. And let's say dogparadise.com is taken, okay? You do not want to take any of these alternatives, org, info, biz, bargains. I challenge you to find one trustworthy e-commerce site that doesn't end with .com. Okay, there probably isn't one. You need to get a .com. So how are you going to do that? You're going to add things like store or shop or brand or company or co to the end of your domain until you find one that is available with .com. Okay, and it might take you a while, and you might have to keep going and checking different types of combinations. Here you go. dogparadisestore.com is available. Go ahead. It's $13 a year. Just buy it directly through Shopify, and it will update the URL here to your dogparadisestore.com or whatever URL you decide to buy. Okay, definitely don't forget to do this. Okay, one more thing I want to show you under preferences, and this is something that a lot of people used to get overwhelmed by, and this is about the Facebook pixel. And if you don't know about the Facebook pixel, I teach you all about it inside the Dropship Bootcamp, and really why it's the most important part of Facebook ads. But really, in terms of Shopify, they understand that that was slightly confusing before, so they've made it literally stupid simple in terms of setting up. All you need to do is copy and paste your pixel ID. Okay, so the challenge really is only just finding it, and I'm going to show you where to find it. Inside your Facebook ads account, you're going to come up here to the menu again. And you're going to come all the way over here to Assets and click on Pixels. Okay? When you're on this page in the top right corner, you're going to be able to grab your pixel ID right here. Just copy it. Come back to your Shopify store. Paste it in here. Save it, and you're done. The Facebook pixel is now fully installed on this site. Okay? So the entire customization of this store, right, including the Facebook pixel, is now done. Custom look, custom theme, custom colors, custom banner, Facebook pixel installed. We are now ready to start adding product to our store. Right? We now have a store that is ready to accept payment. We have a store that is ready to accept customers, and not only accept customers, but welcome customers with a fully branded environment that totally speaks to their passion. Okay, and that's so powerful. That's why this business opportunity is unlike any other. We built this in 20 minutes. So that's pretty cool. And in fact, I want to see those crazy eights in the chat box. If you thought that was pretty cool, and more importantly, if you think that you can do this yourself, let me see those crazy eights in the chat box. And I should see eights from everyone here. I want to hear from each and every one of you. I want to see eights in the chat box. If you truly believe that this is something that you can do yourself, and it should be. I mean, I didn't hold anything back here. You saw every single step of the process to get to this site, and I would have no problem running ads to this site right now once we add product. I think this site looks, really great, especially for 20 minutes of work. I definitely think it evokes trust, and it definitely kind of hits on the heartstrings of all of the kind of the people inside this passion niche. And I see eights from a lot of you guys, and I appreciate that. And that's how it should be. And everyone really should be putting those eights in the chat box right now. I mean, it's just really a no-brainer to get into this business. Not one technological hoop that you need to jump through. So that's the setup here in terms of the customization. Okay, now I want to show you a few more things before we move on to the next step, and that's under settings. Okay, so under settings, there's some things here. Generally, you just want to go through here and enter in all the information. Most of it's already going to be set up. Next, importantly, is payments. Okay, now we want to focus on Shopify payments and PayPal, and I'll talk about PayPal first. Your PayPal is actually already set up for you. Okay, PayPal is already set up for you right out of the box. Basically, it's going to say once you receive a payment through PayPal, we'll then send you an email about how to set up that account and claim the funds. So it's pretty much already done. You don't need to do anything else. Now, I know a lot of us already have PayPal accounts. If you want to edit it and use your existing one, all you need to do is press edit. Okay. Another big thing here is Shopify payments. This is going to accept Visa, MasterCard, American Express, Discover, Apple Pay. All you need to do is come into complete account setup and go ahead and enter all of your information. Most importantly, your banking information, so they can deposit the money into your account. Okay, so make sure you set this up as well. Once you set that up, you'll be able to receive the money. Okay, moving down here under checkout, this is a nice important page. Every single store needs to have a refund policy, a privacy policy, and a terms of service statement. Shopify knows this. They want to make it as easy as they can. Literally one click for each of these, and they generate a boilerplate template. And sure, go ahead, change these. Maybe you want to do a 60-day return policy instead of 30. Do whatever you want. Right, but these are great ways to start and save time. And again, these are requirements for every site to have. Facebook actually requires you to have these to do Facebook ads, so make sure you don't skip this step. Okay, shipping, there's a couple different ways to do shipping. The way I'm going to teach you inside the bootcamp, it's going to be weight-based shipping, and this is going to be fully inclusive. You're going to be able to do all the different types of shipping tricks and free plus shipping and T-shirts and even run free shipping promotions. So just keep in mind that you can do weight-based shipping. That's the best way to do it over here. And also don't forget to, especially when you're drop shipping, make sure you set this to 0.000. Okay, that's very important. You don't have any boxes if you're drop shipping, so you don't want to let that affect your shipping rates. But again, I'll walk you through that. You can actually just steal my shipping rates directly inside that dropship bootcamp. Taxes is pretty interesting. Taxes goes under the idea of a nexus. Okay, nexus is basically saying wherever you're physically located is where you need to charge sales tax. So I'm in California. You're going to see the only sales tax that they've set up for me is California. Okay, so this is going to be the same for you. Wherever you sign up as, they'll set up tax that way. That's the that's your normal tax requirement. Okay, so you don't really need to touch this section. Notifications, files, sales channels, you don't need to worry about. Go down to account, and we're going to talk about the plans. Okay, so after your 21-day free trial, you're going to be able to go ahead and pick a plan. Okay, and you can ignore this $300 plan. You're either going to pick this $29 a month or $79 a month. And remember that you're getting that 10% off discount as well when you use my link, and it's not going to show you anywhere. Again, here's that link, shopify.justinscener.com. It won't show anywhere about that specific discount, but I promise you on your bill, this will turn out to be about $71. And you can start with this one, but I know within a couple of days you're going to be upgrading to this one because of this feature right here, professional reports. As crazy as it sounds, there's actually no good reporting inside of Shopify. You'd have to go ahead and export all your orders like into something like Excel. So, for the additional $40-ish once the discount is applied, this is a much better deal. It's going to save you hours every week. And also you get a better credit card fee here. You're only paying 2.6% on the transaction fee rather than 2.9%, so that does add up as well. This is the plan that I'm recommending. Okay, and that's the full setup, guys. That's totally start to finish. We've been doing this for 27 minutes, or the site has only existed for 27 minutes. It's now fully set up and ready to have product added into it. Okay, and that's pretty cool. Right, that's pretty cool, but only 27, less than a half hour of work. And we have this fully custom store, fully set up, payments integrated, everything integrated, taxes set up, good to go. We just need some product now. Okay, so let's go back to our agenda here. And the next thing we are going to be looking at is winning product research. But actually before that, I want to tell you about the Dropship Bootcamp. Okay, Dropship Bootcamp is my main coaching program, my training program. Really, it's a fully inclusive program that is going to teach you pretty much everything that you need to succeed in the Shopify dropshipping business. And what exactly is inside the Dropship Bootcamp? It's based on a 5-pillar system. You're going to get 5 different things for one flat rate, and I think that it's just probably one of the best deals that are out there. I'll just get right to it. Number 1, coaching videos. Right, we're talking about hours upon hours of in-depth coaching videos, walking you through every facet of the dropshipping business. And we're talking about modules about niches and what to do after you pick a niche, product research, product sourcing, automated fulfillment, sourcing with AliExpress, sourcing without AliExpress, email marketing, scaling, beginner Facebook ads, advanced Facebook ads, and way, way more. And I'm always adding new videos. I'm always updating new videos, updating the concepts, updating the walkthroughs. It's just an incredible training program and investment because it's start to finish. It's every single thing, every single aspect of the business fully covered in videos that you get lifetime access to. Okay, and that's number 1. And this is definitely number 1A, private mastermind group. Okay, this is a massive asset. This is a private members-only group where literally I answer every single question that gets posted. Okay, I don't care if it's super simple or super advanced. I'm going to take the time. I've been in there and I've literally answered every question since the start of this program. I will continue to do so. And this is a huge asset, right? One-on-one coaching is extremely expensive. This is the next best thing, right? Unlimited question and answer in this private mastermind group. Not to mention motivation in there from other students and they're posting their successes. And just you learn a ton just by being in the group because you see other people asking questions as well. So a great environment really is going to be incredibly important to your success. Okay, next up on the list, scaling strategies. And I could sell these alone for $50,000 maybe once or twice a year, and whoever bought it would definitely be happy about it. These scaling strategies, they're included in the Bootcamp members area. These can single-handedly change your business. We're talking about the difference between $100 days and $1,000 days, $200 days and $2,000 days, really just by applying these scaling strategies. And I don't think there's anyone that does scaling on Facebook ads better than I'm doing right now. Next up is all of my tools, all my templates, all my ad copy. I referenced my shipping rules earlier before. You could just steal them, swipe them, download them, copy them, do whatever you want. You get full access to all of that. My high-converting product descriptions, my high-converting ad copy, my ad templates, my email copy, my email templates for MailChimp. You're going to get it all inside of the Bootcamp members area. And last but certainly not least, access to all of my webinar replays. Any webinar that I do about e-commerce, you're going to get access to that inside of the members area in the Dropship Bootcamp, and you're going to get that all for a one-time low rate, drop.justinscener.com. In fact, you're going to get a webinar-only rate, so check it out, drop.justinscener.com. Since you're watching this webinar, you're getting a special price if you go ahead and check that link out right now, and I'll for sure stick around and answer more questions at the end of this, but that's kind of the pitch about the Dropship Bootcamp. I know you're going to love the program. It's, like I said, start to finish, has every single step that you need to master this incredible business opportunity that is dropshipping with Shopify.
And by the way, this program has over 300 student testimonials, and that's something I'm incredibly proud about. I think you'd be hard-pressed to find any other online training or course that is even supported long enough for their students to get up to that many testimonials and success stories. And I've saved all the Bootcamp testimonials right here. You see Bootcamp, 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 Bootcamp. The list goes on and 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 on. I could show you tons of different stories about all these different students that have joined in here. We got Sebastian up here doing $2,100 a day in revenue. Let's see, we got Nevin, who just joined the Bootcamp, did $8,000 in revenue here. We got Matthew Stratton, $100 days. The list goes on and on. There's one I really want to show specifically. I love showing John Patrick's story. This is all about persistence. He got started a few months ago. Said, I'm still having issues with targeting, but starting to see a few sales here and there. And let's fast forward about 6 months later. Same guy, John Patrick. We started this endeavor way back in April. Now we're at $100,000 in revenue on a monthly basis. Okay, talk about life-changing money. $100,000 in 1 month. And that's after he joined the Bootcamp program. And I could show you countless stories like this. We have Harris doing $10,000 days. We have, here's Frank doing $9,000 in his first month, brand new to the e-commerce business. So, if you're thinking that, if you're on the fence, you're not sure if you could do it, literally, within a week's time, you could be the next testimonial in this list. You could be the 301st testimonial and counting. We have new testimonials being posted literally every single week, but literally this is a program that you want to get. I mean, countless testimonials, countless student success stories, and that speaks volumes. Again, over 300 testimonials. I think you'd be very, very hard-pressed to find that in any other online course or training.
So let's go back to the agenda, and I actually want to flip-flop and we'll do the automation first and do the product research after. So automating Shopify is really all about using Oberlo, okay? And I got another free little gift for you over here. auto.justinscener.com, auto.justinscener.com is going to give you Oberlo for free, okay? Now there's like you're going to get a time period for it to be free. You're going to get at least 30 days basically afterwards, depending on how many sales you've made. It will depend on what tier you'll get bumped into, but basically free to get started until you start making money. Okay, so again, what other business opportunity is out there where you can use the platform and the automation tool completely for free? Right, you're getting at least 30 days free of Oberlo, and you're getting at least 21 days free with Shopify using that link under that, shopify.justinscener.com. But right now, we're going to go to auto.justinscener.com, and we're going to check out Oberlo. And there's two massive things that Oberlo does. Okay, number one, they allow you to import thousands of products. You have access to over 10 million products. You can import, they say, hundreds of products to your store in minutes. Right, so when you find a good product specifically on AliExpress, you can use Oberlo to, in one click, import that product into your store. And I'm talking about all the images, all the text, the linking of the prices and the variants, everything. I'll walk through it, but you'll see that literally you could import tons and tons of products. You could fill your whole store up in less than an hour. Okay, and that's just one of the two PowerPoints about Oberlo. Okay, then on the flip side, when someone orders one of those products, you're going to be able to fulfill that in one click. So what exactly does fulfilling mean? So when you're drop shipping, again, you're selling someone else's product. So let's say someone buys, I don't know, this camera that you see on the screen right now, right? Someone buys this camera or the shirt or whatever the product is on our website, right? And we've added it through Oberlo because you could add products super easily in just one click. Okay, so we've added any of these products to our store. Now someone bought the product. We now need to go and fulfill the product. So we need to go and tell the supplier of this product, hey, John Doe from 123 Main Street in Los Angeles, California, United States, bought this leather watch. We need to pay you, and we need you to ship the product to our customer. Okay, so first of all, let's talk about that first thing I said. We need to pay you. So this is a fully cash flow positive business. We're only going and making this call, and it's not a call, it's an automation thing that's going to happen through this app. But we're only going to make this order through our supplier once a customer has already paid us in full. Right? Let that sink in, right? That's the cash flow positivity of this business. Someone pays us $20 for an item, and it costs us $10. Well, people pay us $20. We receive $20 in our bank account. We then take $10 out of that to go pay the supplier. And we keep the $10 as profit. Basically what we're doing is just flipping money. Right? This is otherwise known as arbitrage or drop shipping or third-party supplying. Right? This is the whole idea of never touching inventory. And this is not a model that's specific to Shopify. This has been going on forever, like mail order catalogs, those things that you see like in the magazines and airplanes. Oh, so that's drop shipping. Right? Selling other people's product. Right? And again, that works perfectly with Shopify because if you're not creating the product and you're not shipping the product, then what do you need to focus on? You only need to focus on two things, building the website and marketing the product. And what about Shopify? Shopify allows you to never have to worry about the platform because it's all set up for you. So that, again, goes to one point. All you need to do is become a marketer. Right? And that's why about 55% of the videos in the Dropship Bootcamp are all about Facebook ads. You need to master Facebook ads to master this business. And I'm going to teach you everything you need to know, just exactly how to do that. Okay, so what we're going to do is click over here, get Oberlo now. It's free, and we're actually going to go ahead and you see from $0 a month. We'll click Get, and we're going to log back into our store, and we're going to give it permission to install this app. And by the way, we haven't taken a credit card out of our pocket yet, right? We have not done anything that would ever charge us yet, but we have Oberlo now installed on our site. Okay, and they have great support. You can talk to them right through this little box here. To get started, we need to install Oberlo. Obviously, we did that. Number two is set up pricing rules. Okay, and I'll show you in the settings what pricing rules mean. Basically, it's going to automatically multiply the price. I don't turn this on. I actually turn this off. I don't want this on. I want to set my own pricing. But what you do want to do is come over here and look at some of these other options and go through. Specifically over here under suppliers, AliExpress. Okay, come over here and select ePacket. Okay, ePacket is the type of shipping method that you need to select in order to efficiently ship your product to your customers. Okay, override phone number. You're typically going to want to put in your phone number. No one's going to see this, but every order needs to have a phone number on there. Okay, and then very important here, custom note. Please do not include any receipts. Since this item is being shipped directly to our customer, we don't want them to know what we paid for it. So they're going to automatically add this note to every single order. Save settings. Okay, going back to the dashboard on our checklist, we need to install the Oberlo Chrome extension for single-click product importing and order fulfillment. So I actually already have this installed. You can't see it, I think. Oh, here it is. It's right here. Here's the AliExpress.com product importer. This is, you see the Oberlo logo right here. This is the Chrome extension. You need to make sure that you have that installed because that's going to do all the heavy lifting. So you'd have a button over here. You press install. It's just not there because I've already done that. Okay. Next, all you need to do, find products. Okay. And you can come right over here and you could search through AliExpress, literally right inside here. And we have a dog store. So let's go start looking for some dog items. And, we could go and look for days, but just this looks like a pretty cool product. And I've actually seen this product sell very well before. So we want to add it to our store. Okay, it only costs $1.09. Okay, so think about that. It costs $1.09, and that's a pretty nice price. Let's see what the shipping would be to United States. Okay, ePacket $3. Okay, so $3 for shipping, $1.09. This total cost is $4.09 to get this sent to your customer. Okay, and we'll come over here. Take a look. We have all these different variants here. What we want to do is click Add to Import List. Okay. So now this product has taken from AliExpress into Oberlo. Okay. It's not into our Shopify store yet. It's into our import list. And you're going to see over here on this top section, Import List, you're now going to see this product. Okay. Three-color vintage antique hippie puppy, blah, blah, blah. It's got a title. It's got a description. It's got variants with prices. And it's got the images automatically pulled over. So now what we want to do is just customize everything. So we're going to go ahead and name it ourselves. We'll call this vintage puppy dog wrap ring. Okay, and we could put tags in here if we want, like dog, whatever we really want to do. It doesn't matter. And then we're going to go over here into the description, and over here. Inside the Dropship Bootcamp, you're going to be able to get access to just copy and paste my high-converting product descriptions. You basically want to tell a little mini story in here, not too long, but there's just some tricks and psychological tricks. You want to basically just get the buyer on your side. So you can copy and paste those high-converting descriptions inside that Bootcamp. Again, if you're thinking about joining the Bootcamp over here, drop.justinscener.com. Check it out. I know you would never regret joining this program. It's going to be really, like I said, start to finish teaching you everything you know from beginner, intermediate, all the way to advanced towards mastering the Shopify drop shipping business. So, got our description here. Go to variants. Okay, and we could offer all the different colors if we want, right? Black, gold, silver. We could even rename the variants here if we want, so it doesn't sound so weird, right? Black, gold, silver. We could have a compared at price. I'll typically remove this. And here's going to be our sales price, right? And again, it costs us $4.09, including shipping, to get to the customer. I think this could easily be a $14.99, maybe even a $19.99 product. And I have a really good video, probably one of the most useful videos in the Bootcamp, called Price Psychology. And this talks about how you'd go ahead and price items based on what they cost you. But we're going to put $14.99 here. We're going to come over to images, and you see that this one has a checkbox. That's going to pull that image from Oberlo now into Shopify. But I think these other images will work as well. So we're going to just check these off, and we're going to add these images to the store as well. And now we're going to click Push to Shop. Okay, and just like that, it's going to now send the product from Oberlo into Shopify. So remember, the process is AliExpress into Oberlo, Oberlo into Shopify. And remember, it's been exactly 40 minutes since we started this store, and now we should have our first product, and here it is. Vintage puppy dog wrap ring, $14.99, different colors, right? Different images here. You have all these different things. Here would be our description. Here's our green add to cart button, and by the way, green and blue, typically the best colors for buttons. You got all the images here. Looks real nice. Switch between the images, right? It looks great. Again, 40 minutes of work. We have our first product. This product is now available to be purchased. We can go ahead and add it to cart. And because, again, we could accept these major credit cards and PayPal, we can go ahead and check out right now. I could literally buy this product right now. Right? And this is a 40-minute-old store. And I promise you that when people get to the store, they would have no idea that the store is 40 minutes, right? If you do a good job advertising, and again, that's the whole focus of the Dropship Bootcamp, you send people that are definitely going to buy this product to this page based on who you target on Facebook, you have everything else ready to go, right? So everything else ready to go. And again, this looks great. This is a store that I would have no problem sending traffic to. So that's the first part of Oberlo, right? That's the first part of Oberlo in terms of having everything automated. So we've added a product in just a couple clicks. Now, what happens if someone orders that product? Okay, well, what would happen is you would see in this orders section right here, it says orders, you'd see orders. Obviously, we don't have any right now, but I'll show you the little training video, and I'll walk you through kind of the process. It's unbelievably easy, and it's all about using the Chrome extension on here. So I'll just kind of annotate what he's doing. So I just showed you this page, right? This is the orders page, right? I just showed you this page. Mine was blank, but this is the demo video. So you see that there's orange buttons for order, right, for all these products, right? So he's going to come over, and he's going to press order product to actually go ahead and order this product, okay? And now I want you to pay attention to his mouse right here, okay? You see his black mouse right here, the black cursor. Pay attention to this. This mouse will not move, and everything else is going to start happening, okay? And I'll pause it at a point where to show you something. Okay, right now it's getting into the shipping information right now, adding customer shipping details. So what was happening right here, adding customer shipping details, taking the order information from Shopify automatically and entering all of this information in for you. Okay, and before automation, you'd have to go ahead and copy and paste this manually, and guess what? That introduces human error. Not to mention it's just incredibly boring, tedious work that takes up a lot of time in your day. This does it all in one click. His mouse has still not moved. Okay, keep paying attention. His mouse has still not moved. His mouse hasn't done anything. The next thing that he's going to have to do is press confirm and pay. Everything else happens automatically. Okay, he presses confirm and pay. For him, he doesn't have his credit card saved. I highly recommend saving your credit card onto AliExpress, probably just because it's a demo video. You didn't have that. Have your saved credit card on here. You could skip this last step. So literally just one click, and your product is now ordered. Right? So one click to add product to your store, one click to fulfill the product. So if you're getting 100 orders a day, 1,000 orders a week, whatever the number is, right? All you need to do is run through this one-click automation rather than going and manually fulfilling each of them individually, which would take hours and hours out of your day. Not to mention you may introduce human error, right? Just from doing all that copying and pasting. Okay? So that's Oberlo, guys. I couldn't recommend it any more than I already am. I mean, Oberlo it just makes it super easy for you to get started. Again, $0 out of pocket. You're started right now. You just saw me do it. Again, we haven't taken our credit card out at all. We have Oberlo running. We have Shopify running. We have credit cards accepted, PayPal accepted, ready to go. And all we need to do is now just drive targeted traffic to our store. And again, I'm going to teach you how to do that in the Dropship Bootcamp. Okay. So one more thing. I'm just going to show you this real quick. Winning product research. A couple different cool websites that you can use to do some product research on here. First of all, on AliExpress, there's a couple different ways to do it. Okay, so we're going to go under dogs. Go to dogs. First thing that we want to do is sort by orders. Okay, we want to know social and sales proof, and we know that these products are have been popular enough to be sold because this one has 21,000 pieces ordered, 12,000 pieces, 9,100 orders, 7,600 pieces, right? 8,300 orders. 8,200 orders, 7,900 orders, 7,000 orders, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Right? I mean, these are just huge, huge numbers. Right? Huge numbers of products. So this is a good way to use basically the idea that we know that other people have wanted them. This would be a good idea in terms of potentially selling it this way as well. Another cool website is watchcount.com. Watchcount basically shows you the most watched items on eBay. It also shows you sales numbers as well. For example, past sales, 10,000. Okay, 10,000 of these have been sold. 10,000 of these have been sold, and 20,000 of these has been sold. Okay, I mean, that tells you something, right? That tells you a lot. It tells you exactly what's going on, right, with your niche. If you can tell what products are selling, and you could even source these directly from eBay if you want. Okay, I'll show you how to source from a lot of different places inside that Dropship Bootcamp. But those are free ways to do research, obviously. Another way that I like to do is it's a paid tool, and it's over here at Shopify, SHOPYSPY.JustinSenior.com. They've actually rebranded to a different name. But you can just go to this page and watch my review and get my little bonus if you want. Again, this is a paid tool. Not necessary, but in terms of finding hot Shopify products, this is a pretty good one to go with. And I'll show you my link over here, shopify.justinscener.com. If you get into that, you get a nice little bonus if you use that link. But again, you can do product research in a variety of ways, and I'll walk you through all the different styles of it inside that Dropship Bootcamp. And that's actually the entire webinar, guys. I'm definitely pretty excited that we were able to kind of get through this in just about an hour, because that really represents the ease of Shopify, right? We've not only built a store, we've customized it, we've set up all of the required settings, and we've added a product that we added in just a handful of clicks, and we can fulfill in one click once we get orders. Right, again, we are 100% ready to go live. We have only been on this webinar for about an hour. Right, again, that totally represents the idea of Shopify. You're not going to have any technological issues whatsoever. Right, you're going to have any technological issues whatsoever. No hoops to jump through, no developers to hire, no programmers, no need to learn HTML or any of that. You saw in just 1 hour, and in fact the site is less than 50 minutes old. It's about 45 minutes old, is 47 minutes to be exact. That's when we built this site. Okay, 48 minutes ago this site did not exist. Now we're totally live, ready to go. We built a potential $1 million asset, and that's what Shopify is all about. That's what Shopify is all about. And of course, I'd love for you to join the Dropship Bootcamp. Even if you don't, I want you to get into this Shopify dropshipping business. You literally have no excuse. Right? Let me see those 8s in the chat box right now. Let me see 8s in the chat box. If you're definitely getting into this business, you're going to jump right into this business now that you know from start to finish all the steps. And here's the 8s coming. And 8 from Jay, Christian, Menora, David, Glenn, Sean, Jason. 88888, and everyone should be putting 8s in the chat box. And I always ask for 8s just because it's fun. I love to see people give a ton of 8s, just crazy amounts of 8s. And but yeah, I mean, everyone should be putting 8s in this chat box, guys. I mean, you have no excuse not to get into this business now. Okay, so that's the entire webinar, guys. And again, the Dropship Bootcamp is open right now. You're going to get that webinar-only price, drop.justinscener.com. Check it out right now. Great program to be into if you really want to master this business. If you want to hit the ground running with tried and true strategies that are working for me and my high-profile clients and my bootcamp students, then you need to join today, right? Drop.justinscener.com. Either way, though, you now have all the tools that you need to get into this great business, build your own Shopify store, automate it, do some product research, get some products in there, and really start building your e-commerce business. And the path is totally clear at this point. Get your store up, get it automated, and go from there. So you have every tool that you need, every skill that you need after this webinar. I hope you enjoyed it. And I'm going to open it up to some question and answer now, just to kind of wrap things up. If you guys have any additional questions on any of the kind of things that I showed you here, or just anything in e-commerce in general, happy to answer any questions. But I really appreciate you guys joining me for this webinar, a little bit more than an hour. And really, I think we put out a lot of information out there that could potentially change your life if you take some action on it. So for everyone who joined the Dropship Bootcamp today, see you inside the group. I know you're going to love that part of it as well. Again, don't hesitate to post a million questions if you want. You guys are welcome. Sean, Christian, Jason, yep, you're very welcome. Thanks for coming out here today. Okay, Gerardo wants to know, what is the difference between the Bootcamp and the VIP training? The VIP is a little bit, it's more of a, so the main points of the VIP training is a monthly masterclass, a live masterclass, and an unlimited question and answer group with some selected videos, right? Inside the Bootcamp, this is where everything is, start to finish in total detail for this specific business model, right? The VIP Academy is, it's less for beginners. The Dropship Bootcamp is definitely more for beginners. The VIP Academy, people who already have their stores, they want to take advantage of asking me unlimited question and answer. But the people inside the Bootcamp are getting that start to finish, fully detailed, fully specific training on the dropship business. Yeah, you're very welcome, Gerardo. I'm glad that cleared it up. Todd said, there's a Facebook group outside of the mastermind group. Yes, totally separate. It's a private group only for Bootcamp members. At last check, I think there were like, 700 people in there or something like that. Great environment. Again, only Bootcamp members, so everyone in there has paid to get in, and everyone takes it super serious. So, it's just a great environment. I honestly think that it's actually more valuable than the videos because, you watch the videos and you absorb that information, but with the group, you're learning something new every single day for the life of the group, because there's just constantly people asking questions, sharing results, sharing techniques, and it really being a part of a community like that is incredibly important. Todd, you're welcome. Glad that that makes sense. Okay, I'll take a couple more questions. Again, if you guys are sitting on any questions regarding e-commerce or drop shipping or Shopify or Facebook ads, definitely go ahead and post that in there. And Jay is in here. Jay is in the boot camp, and he says, agreed, love the group. Jay, appreciate the feedback, and thanks for being in there. Jay, I recall answering some of your questions as well. So, I mean, literally, I answer every single question. It's great to have that additional clarification. It's something that a lot of other training programs really leave out. They just kind of give you the videos and kind of tell you to, do it on your own. And I think that, adding that private mastermind group is a big asset. Let's see. Can we use Shopify in another country like France with French? So I think basically the question is, can we use our default language, our native language? And definitely, Shopify works pretty much worldwide. The only thing that you need is to be able to open a Shopify account and to be able to accept payment, through some sort of payment gateway, PayPal or Stripe or 2Checkout or Authorize.net or whatever. I mean, there's like hundreds that integrate with Shopify. So I have students inside the bootcamp from all ends of the globe: Australia, Japan, Africa, Russia. I have a couple from France, a lot from the UK, a couple from Spain, I think one or two from Brazil, maybe Argentina. I mean, literally, this is a business that you could run worldwide. Pakistan, India. I mean, it doesn't matter where you're at. You're going to be able to run this business, especially with dropshipping. Remember, the whole idea of dropshipping is you're not touching the product. You're never going to house the product in a warehouse. You don't need to buy it up front, so it doesn't matter where you're located. Okay. Charles says, do we need to use PayPal with our Shopify store? You don't need to. I recommend that you accept PayPal because people trust it, but you absolutely don't need to, right? You could use Stripe, you could use Shopify Payments, you could use Authorize.net, you could use Amazon Payments, you could even use Bitcoin if you wanted. You could use Apple Pay, a ton of different ways to accept payment, but really, I mean, you want to make it as easy as you can for the customer. Give them the things that they trust. Okay. All right, I'll take one last good question. Let's see. Okay, this is a good question. What's the most effective Facebook advertising strategy? I mean, it's a great question. It's one that I could never answer, in a short amount of time. But in brief, it's really about leveraging the Facebook pixel, right? Facebook pixel is by far the most important advancement in Facebook ads. And, when you have the Facebook pixel installed on your site, what it's doing is sitting there capturing every single piece of information about everyone that ever visits your site. So it's going to be able to basically say, okay, I've now sat on, Justin's site for a day. I have this amount of information. Now I've sat on the site for a week. I have even more information. Now I've sat on the site for a month, and there's been 100 purchases and 1,000 visitors. I have all this data. And what happens is it makes your ads perform better. Doesn't matter really what ad, as long as you're using a website conversion objective. It could be a video or a photo. It makes that ad work better because of the fact is Facebook now understands who your website visitors are, and even more importantly, who your purchasers are. So then it's going to say, okay, we're going to combine the targeting that you give, and that's what I teach you inside the bootcamp, right? How to find the actual buyers inside of any niche, right? There's 35 million people in the cat niche. I teach you how to find the buyers in that group. And then you combine that with a pixel that has the information about who has bought in the past, and it says, okay, here's our targeting audience, plus we're going to use this information that we have in the pixel that tells us this is exactly who the buyer type is. Let's go find very similar people to that, and that's how you have highly effective ads. Okay, and that's what's working best right now, right? So kind of a long-winded answer to that, but really the idea is that the pixel is so powerful, you want to be using website conversion ads to fill up your pixel with information and then get all that information to make your ads perform better. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense for you guys. And again, I really appreciate you spending some time here. I hope you learned a lot. Again, if you're looking to really jump right into this business and kind of just kickstart it off with some really amazing strategies that have been working consistently for my businesses, my students' businesses, and you got to get in that Dropship Bootcamp, drop.justinscener.com. Would love to see you guys in there. For those that have entered today, the guys and girls that have entered today, I'll see you inside the group. Talk to you real soon. Again, don't hesitate to be posting questions. And I really appreciate everyone spending some time in here. And guys, if you don't decide to join the bootcamp, no problem. I want to make sure that you're also in my free group. It's called Senior Shopify Mastermind. I put it on the link on the screen right now. This is my free group. Admittedly, I don't answer every single question. There's like 13,000 members in it right now. But I do my best to answer as many as I can. And you'll be able to see a lot of other great information as well, all this great stuff that's shared by all these other members. So you can get inside that if you're not ready to join the Dropship Bootcamp. But either way, thanks again for joining me. And really, like I said, I'm really challenging you. Get your Shopify store built. You have no excuse at this point. I taught you everything that you need to know. So go ahead and get started. Get into Shopify and get your e-commerce empire built. Talk to you later.